Sir, I welcome you, sir. I would like to welcome the participants from various institutions. Last but not least, I would like to welcome my department faculty members and my dear beloved students. Once again, welcome to you all. Now the session is over to our resource person, Mr. Justin. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Umar. And thank you to Dr. Vaidehi for introducing me to Dr. Umar. And thank you very much for welcoming me and making me part of this initiative. Thank you very much. Elorukum Vanakkam. So how are you all today? Good?
Fine, sir. Very good morning.
Wonderful, wonderful, great. Way back in 1990, there was an young gentleman. I'm talking about 1990. And he didn't have any idea as to what to do with his life. So he was walking around, and one fine day he met another gentleman in a tea shop and struck a conversation with that gentleman. And the other gentleman offered him a job in a computer education institution as a business development executive. So he grabbed that opportunity and he started working with the All India Computer Education Institute as a business development, marketing, sales. So over a period of time, probably in a year's time, this young guy realized that the students of that institution had the technical knowledge, but they never knew how to carry themselves and they did not know how to face interviews. They did not know how to groom themselves, dress up themselves. So he decided, okay, Saturday, Sunday is a holiday. Why don't he spend his time in developing their personality? So he started conducting 2 hours, 3 hours personality development programs. And over a period of time, this young guy was instrumental in developing this personality development courses for the entire institute across the nation. And along the journey of life, after spending 15 years in the corporate life, he found a calling in shaping people, enabling wisdom in people. I would certainly appreciate that all of you have a notepad and pen with you, because there might be certain pointers which might be useful to you in your lives. So after 15 years of corporate life, life is not bed of roses. He went through ups and downs in his life. And final calling was, okay, he found his passion in enabling people, shaping people, right? So he started creating leadership programs and communication strategy initiatives. And he also became an author of a book called Joyful and Happy Workplace. And he had varied hobbies like cooking, trekking, driving, traveling. And his passion for travel has taken him to 32 countries. And it's all about, and today he loves what he's doing. And remember, and that's his business. And that's what I am today. Welcome you all. Thank you very much. Right? And now I have a question for you. What is passion? Anyone? What is passion? What is passion? Word called passion. Anyone? Unmute and just quickly speak if you would like to. If you are able to unmute.
It's defined as that work which we love.
Aditya, yeah?
Sir, it's defined as a work which we love it to do it.
Okay, which you love to do it. Wonderful, great. Anyone else? What is passion?
Our interest, our desire.
Absolutely, absolutely. You all deserve a big round of applause. Now,
Something
first of
we
all,
enjoy.
absolutely, absolutely. Now, before you start any kind of a business, first understand, is there something that you love to do? Because when you love to do something, let me tell you, you will never work a single day in your life. Identify what is that makes you feel so good. What is that you enjoy doing it? What energizes you when you do something? Now, let me give you 30 seconds to understand what is that you love to do. Think about it. If you have a note and pen, just write down what do you love to do. Maybe you can think over it in a deeper sense little later, but now identify what is that I love to do. Write that down quickly. Can few people tell me what you love to do? What is that you love to do?
Sir, actually, I have a dream that I have to do my postdoctorate in parapsychology, actually. That's my interest. But I don't know whether it's going to happen or not, because for PhD itself, my parents, they told, you had a tough time, postdoctorate, why do you want to take risk? But it's my dream. I really wanted to do it.
Follow your dream, Vaidegi. Follow your dream. The environment, out of 10 people around you, 8 of them will tell you that you are not going to make it. They are going to tell you, hey, what nonsense are you talking? What is that you're saying that you're going to do? That's not going to be possible. So my recommendation is, please stay away from such people. Follow your dream. Is there anyone who would like to mention what you love to do? See, there are, apart from my facilitation training initiatives, I keep evolving. And apart from that, I love to travel around the globe. Well, I attract travel, but of course, for last 1.5 years, it's been a challenge. However, it's become a dream come true. And I receive opportunities to travel around the globe because the dream is to travel around the globe. And I cook. I love cooking. I have few home kitchens, and these home kitchens are delivering, free food for COVID centers, and I'm so happy for that. Right? See, when you really love to do it, things fall in place. But now let me tell you, let me give you some tips. When you love to do, it's not only enough when you love to do, oh, I love to do this, and after some time you lose, okay, my circumstance is not allowing about it. First and foremost thing that you have to do when you love to do something, start at least reading about that particular area of interest. It could be photography, it could be food, it could be anything. you all would have heard about that village food, Armugham Daddy, right? And you know how it all started? His son Gopinath wanted to make us a director in Kollywood, but he was a failed director. So he came back. He said, my passion is into direction, photography. So how am I going to make it? And his father was a good cook. And initially his father was camera shy. And Gopinath says he started reading about lot of things, how to go about the YouTubing part. And today, that's their business. Every time they release a new video, millions of views, and they make, that's their business. So first and foremost, read about, at least spend 1 hour every day. Read about what you love to do. Reading. Then the next step that I would suggest is start writing your ideas. I call this as brainstorming. You can do this brainstorming along with your friends. You can have friends who are positive to support your idea. Who support your idea. Sit with them. Generate ideas. Generating ideas alone is not important. You'll have to note it down. You'll have to note it down. And talk to people. Next point is talk to people who are already doing such endeavors. Talk to people about your interest who are already made it. Identify those people. Don't shy away from asking around. Right? And then I always, tell all my mentees and coaches and my participants, once you have incubated an idea out of brainstorming, out of reading, after identifying all those, first do it in a very small way. Give it a try. See how it works. Yeah. And then when you are doing it, when you are giving it a try, the next pointer that I would suggest is do as much as research as possible. Now, let me ask you, how will you go about your research? How will you go about your research about your new idea, new passion? How do you go about it? What are the ways in which you can do research? People, are you all awake or sleeping?
First, we
First,
understand the
identify.
problem.
Absolutely. Uma, you said something?
Yes, sir. Same as Uma ma'am said. First, you have to identify the problem.
Okay, identify the problem. Now we have identified the idea, and now we are giving it a try in a small way. Now we need to go about researching about it. Now, what are the ways and means you will use to go about your research? Where all you will go and research? What are the ideas to do some research? Is there some ideas that you wanted to share, that how you will go about your research? Let me share with you how I went about my research. My first research is people. I spent some quality time with people who have been experts in that particular idea. I research with them. I spend time with them. Then, of course, internet is a revolution, right? You use Google as a, your research tool. So you can identify various tools to do some research, and no shortcut for this. You will have to practice, practice, and practice. So let me summarize. First of all, identify what you love to do, and then spend time reading about it, at least 1 hour a day, and spend time individual brainstorming. That is, you yourself sit down and brainstorm with other people, and talk to people who are an expert in the idea that you have incubated, and give it a small try. Alongside, give it a small try in a small basis. And then what you do is good research. Research around. See how people have went about that idea, and also understand, have they failed? If they have failed, why they failed? What was the reasons that they failed? Today in India, there are out of 100 startups, there are a lot of startups. Today, India is fully motivated to start a business. Out of 100 startups, sad to say, almost close to 90 plus fail. Only 8 to 10 of them make it big, or make it or survive. Now, you need to understand why they fail. And I did a research. Why they failed is they were not passionate about it. They just wanted to make money. If making money with that intent, if you're starting a business, you might make it, you may not make it. However, if you're passionate about something, if you love to do something, money becomes secondary, but you become more successful and happy. Please do remember, money is not success. Your happiness is success. Why you are happy? You're following your dreams. And finally, when you're identifying your passion, never quit trying. Okay, you know that you love to do this. Don't, just because somebody around you said, your parents told you, hey, what is this? See, today, let me tell you, in India, our parents are very much worried about our future, isn't it? And they also tell you what to study, what not to study, which is a sin. You never do that with your children in the future. They fail to identify what is my child's talent, what is my child's interest. They fail to identify that. Right? So, my humble request to each one of you is identify your talent. Okay, fine. Education is a platform. We need that education. Education is a platform which is very important for all of us, because that gives us the foundation to communicate well, relate to people well. But education is not the end of the road. Please do understand. So help yourself to identify. Though you're studying business, do well, study well, because you will get a framework to use it in your passion. So that's my humble request to each one of you. Identify your passion. Never quit trying it, because there is nothing wrong in trying what you love to do. All right? Any questions so far? Any questions? All right. Now, you need to be, let me give you a small idea on, you should have a regular good routine. Let me tell you, starting a business, okay, there are ups and downs. when you start a business. But starting a business based on your passion, you love doing what you're doing, and it will flow in the right direction. Now, you need to have a daily routine. First of all, my humble request is have a good sleep. This is a tips for entrepreneurs because some of the entrepreneurs fail to have good rest, right? At least my humble request is spend at least 6 to 8 hours. 8 hours is a good reward that you're giving you. All right. Have a good routine, sleep well. And when you wake up in the morning, go to bed early, wake up early. However, my humble request is, see, if you want to have a good sleep as an entrepreneur, stay away from these devices, mobile devices and screens at least 1 hour before going to bed. And spend that time in reading about your passion. Before going to bed, 1 hour, start reading about your passion. Learn something new every day of your life. Learn something new every day in your life. Make sense? Right? So when you wake up, you need to have a mindful day for you to follow your passion. So when you wake up, 3 things that I would suggest that you start doing in your life. First thing is the wake up ritual that you do. When you wake up, okay, you're mindful, oh, la, 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 okay, I'm awake. I'm alive today. Don't jump out of the bed. Don't jump out of the bed. Lie down for a few minutes and relax your hands and legs. Be mindful that you're awake, and then get up. Sit on the side of the bed. Say a word of prayer, a gratitude to whichever belief system that we belong to, whichever belief system. Because our parents took us to a particular belief system, so we follow that belief system. So respect your belief system and say a word of prayer to the Creator who gave you that day's life. Today morning, many people didn't wake up. There might be various reasons for that. However, we are alive and we are given one more day. And how we are going to utilize the day following our passion is very important. Then that is what I call as a wake up ritual in the morning. I call this as a wake up ritual. Then once you wake up, please stay away from this device for 1 hour. Because today situation, you woke up with a lot of positivity, but when you open this device, this is full of negativity in the social media and everything. So stay away from your mobile devices for 1 hour. And the next thing that I would certainly suggest to you is, once you finish your washroom initiatives, toilet initiatives, how many of you do exercise in the morning? I don't want an answer. Think about it. How many of you do exercise? 15 minutes. 15 minutes of me time. I spend half an hour of me time. I call this as me time because there are 15 minutes I spend on, there's something called Surya Namaskar, head to toe. It stretches you. You can YouTube and find out what is Surya Namaskar. It's not a religious practice. It's basically a beautiful exercise. 15 minutes of Surya Namaskar and 15 minutes of, I call this as mindfulness. What is mindfulness? Because to follow your passion, you need to be very mindful about what you're doing. What is mindfulness? I spend 15 minutes on mindfulness. Any idea what is mindfulness, people? Anyone, please?
Wellness.
Wellness, wonderful.
It's related to spirituality. Mindfulness.
Great. Wonderful, wonderful. And it's according to me, there are a few things that I I call it as first point in mindfulness is live in the present. Okay. You have no control over the next minute of your life. So live in the present. And you have no control over what happened yesterday. It's happened. Okay. That's a learning, insight, and knowledge that we derive out of the past. Don't dwell in the negative things that happened yesterday. Learn from those things and see how it can be utilized. So living in the present, and I call something called visualization. Sit down for 15 minutes, close your eyes, use some breathing methods, because breathing methods are many, whichever suits you. Breathing methods and visualize. People popularly call that as meditation. In my view, it is visualization. Visualize how your beautiful day is going to unfold. Visualize that you're cleaning your body head to toe and strengthening it to follow your passion for the day. Right? So, me time consists of two things: 15 minutes of exercise and 15 minutes of mindfulness. Right? So, first is wake up ritual, second is me time, and third thing that I do is, see, we live in a cruel world today. Why do I say that? We do good work. As young people, you might feel that you're doing good work in some places. You're doing a good job. You're studying well. You're preparing yourself for the future. You're taking efforts. Maybe your parents may not appreciate you. Your teachers may not appreciate you. Your friends may not appreciate you. Your environment might demotivate you. And in my view, expecting appreciation is a sin. Don't expect appreciation. But you have every right to give appreciation to others. You can give affirmations and appreciation. What is an affirmation? Affirmation to others could be, hey, you're wearing a great shirt, nice shirt. Your salwar looks good. Right? And appreciating, giving affirmations to others, appreciating, admiring people, giving affirmations to others. Hey, yesterday when you spoke, I learned something new from you. A great affirmation to another person. Right? Now here, what I'm coming to now is, after the wake up ritual and after the me time, the third thing that I wanted you to do is, because the world is not appreciating you, don't expect appreciation. How many of you stood in front of the mirror today morning? Mirror. All of us stood in front of the mirror, no? And how did you look at yourself in the mirror? You wake up and you, today also, I have to submit this paper, that paper, this, that. Are you looking at yourself this way? Or are you smiling at yourself? Wow. All of you today with me are the most beautiful and handsome people in your own way. In your own way, you're the most beautiful and handsome people. And that is the kind of self-esteem, confidence that you'll develop. You are no less than anybody else. And if don't get into an ego. In my view, ego is eliminating great opportunities. When you have ego, you eliminate great opportunities in front of you. Note this point. Ego, in my view, it is you are eliminating great opportunities in front of you. So don't, but have confidence. Look at yourself, admire yourself in the mirror. Mirror is a reflection of yours. And you're able to see yourself, admire yourself. And when you're admiring, this is what I call it as self-affirmation. Speak to yourself for 2 minutes in front of the mirror. Say, okay, I'm going to have a great day in spending time in my passion. Mention the passion. I'm going to at least, spend time with 100 people to, make them better. I am good. I will have a very fruitful day today. I will make few people happy. I am worthy enough to do something today. This is called self-affirmation. And you will have to look at the mirror and say at least 5 sentences which is connecting with you, which you are going to do. And say me or I along with that, because it's for you. So have that self-affirmation in place. Then that's how, how much time I spend on these 3 things: wake up ritual, me time, and self-affirmation. Wake up ritual is 5 minutes. Me time is 30 minutes. In that 30 minutes, 15 minutes of exercise, 15 minutes of mindfulness, and 2 minutes of mirror exercise, self-affirmation. Total 37 minutes in the morning is going to give you a push in following your passion, which is going to be your future business. To start a business and run it, first things first, I generally recommend people, first of all, have a vision and mission statement for your business. What is a vision statement? A vision statement gives you a sense of direction, which is an established, which includes the statement of your passion, the team that you're going to visualize, and what you are going to create and innovate in the future. That is your vision statement. So first, establish your vision statement. And one of the activity that I do these days is I help organizations. I sit with teams to understand their vision statement, how they can create a vision statement. And I do something called vision transformation, how you can transform this vision in your business. So vision statement is established. And out of the vision statement comes the mission statement. Mission statement. So you need to have a mission statement before you start a business. Mission statement. See, this all happens after you've tried it out and it's working well. And out of the vision statement, what is this mission statement? You might ask, what is vision and mission? It's all looks same, no? No. Vision statement is established for a business. From that vision statement comes the mission statement. Mission statement is, it comes with a timeline. It comes with a timeline. Mission statement could be, in 2022, I, Justin, would have empowered 200,000 people. Mission statement. This is with the timeline. 2022, I, Justin Babu, will empower 200,000 people. In other words, 2 lakh people. Apart from my large gathering addresses, I'm talking about particular empowerment. That's a mission statement. Now, out of this mission statement for your business, you need to derive, okay, 2022 that I wanted to do this. Okay, that's my business. That's my passion. And my passion has become business. And it's feeding me today. Right? My passion for cooking. I have few home kitchens. And out of this mission statement comes the long-term and short-term goals. Now you need to understand, okay, week on week. Now you need to create a blueprint. This is what I call a make-up plan. You need to create a blueprint as to, okay, fine, week starting June 1st. In first week, how am I progressing? This is my short-term goal. My long-term goals could be quarterly, half-yearly, yearly. So I need to create a blueprint here. Then only I get a sense of direction in my business. Right? In your business, okay, some businesses do not require investments. Some businesses require investments. So how to get your investments, crowdfunding, all those things, technicalities, you will study. Right? I'm giving you the basic framework as to how you can go about it. Make a plan and review week on week as to how you are making a progress. And when you have a business, when you start a business, I always recommend people to have a mentor. You know who's a mentor? A mentor is somebody who you can look up to and confide into, share your progress, and the mentor is monitoring your progress and helps you to be on track or give you the sense of direction in doing whatever you are doing. And most importantly, stay around with positive people. Okay, take feedback from them. Take feedback from them. Hey, this has been happening. What could have gone well and what is going well and what could be improved upon. So you need a team. You need a people around you, a positive people around you to give you that feedback. And constant, frequent feedback will certainly help you make progress in your businesses if you are starting one. But in India, our parents want us to join a job and then get married, then children, then the generation cycle is going on and on like that in 99% of the families. However, today, my recommendation is to sit back and understand what is your passion, what is that, and understand your passion and purpose in life, because this life is one time. Okay? We all have different timelines to live. Touch wood, by God's grace, I have crossed half a century. Thank you, God. Right? So it's all about utilizing your life. You need to find the purpose in your life. How will you find a purpose? That's exactly have a regular routine and do something called time bending. You know, apart from your routine, is there something that you are doing something new every day? Every week, you know what I do? I try a different dish. I prepare a different dish. Now I have decided that, okay, fine. I have not been videographing that for a while. I have decided that I will videograph every week and upload it in the YouTube. Let people benefit out of it. Yeah. So do something new every day. It's called time bending. You'll have to bend the time. Yeah. Create a bucket list of things that you always wanted to do. Write them down. Tick mark as you complete each one of them. Right? So to summarize, identify your passion, give it a sense of direction, try it in a small way, have a morning routine, wake up ritual, me time, and self-affirmation, which will certainly give you a sense of direction. Stay around with positive people, do a lot of research, read at least 1 hour about your passion, and create a business plan. In that business plan, first thing is to vision statement, mission statement, short-term and long-term goals, and never quit trying. All right, never quit trying. And today, the homework that I would like you to take up is spend 1.5 an hour dedicated time for yourself. Sit in a lone place, sit and understand. And after sitting and understanding, writing down what is your passion and purpose in life. You know, call up few friends, talk to them about it, take their feedback, and start working on it. All right. And this is my recommendation to all of you. And with that note, I wish each one of you all the very best and do well in your life, and stay in touch with me. Mine is Workplace Happiness Coach. If you type it Workplace Happiness Coach, you'll connect with my LinkedIn or Facebook, or connect with me and stay in touch. And now I want, if Dr. Uma permits and Vaidehi permits, we can take up a few questions.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah.
Students, if you have any clarifications, please ask.
Any questions, please? You can unmute and speak. And let me tell you, before I started, somebody was unmuted and they were listening to Corona news. Stop listening to Corona news, please. I mean, today, many people are dying because of panic and fear. Let me tell you. Okay, the pandemic has an impact. However, many people switch on the panic button, create that fear in themselves and create the fear in others, and that's why we are losing many people. Otherwise, when you are positive, it's okay. It's condition in your body. Now you need to find it out. And 99% of the people recovered staying at home. And don't keep listening to this Corona news. Corona. I mean, what do you gain? What do you gain by I mean, you should be happy that you're healthy and your family is healthy. If they are not healthy, if they are unwell, help them to become well. That's the way you live your life with a lot of positivity. And I was shocked. Somebody switched on the mic. I mean, they were in the background. The television is running with Corona news. Please, my humble request to stay away from negative news feeds and don't pass on those negative news feeds to others, and stay alive, enjoying life, celebrating life, enjoying your passion, and live life with a purpose. And with that, you start a business if you like. Or if you want to learn business, first work along with somebody who's in line with your passion and learn more things, and then you start, right? So stay away from negativity and stay with lots of positivity. That's my humble recommendation. No advice, please. Right, questions? Any questions? No questions?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, the book that you have written, no, sir, what is the name of the book?
It's available in Amazon. Joyful and Happy Workplace.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Joyful and Happy Workplace. If you type Joyful and Happy Workplace, Justin Babu, it will directly take you to the link.
Okay, it's available in Amazon.
Amazon is available. It's available in Flipkart. It's available in Ocean Press.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Sure.
So you're writing any other books, sir? Any other
And
books
this
you're
year,
writing?
another book. I have not titled the book. It's focusing towards the Indian youth.
Very good, sir.
Yes,
Happy to hear.
because I'm in my view, we have a lot of potential, but we are not utilizing that potential of our youth, because our youth is or need to be empowered along with their education today. Because most of them think, okay, once they finish a degree, life is complete. You should be like Dr. Vaidehi and Dr. Uma, pursuing the academics. See? That's their passion. That's their dream. You know, follow your dreams, whichever dreams it may be. You can't follow many dreams one at a time. Too many dreams means you lose sense of direction. It will not come to fruition. It will not come fulfilling. You need to have a dream and dream big. Okay? Money is secondary. Let me tell you, money is secondary. If you're chasing money, money will run faster than you. So, don't chase money, chase your passion. Money will follow you.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Right. Any other questions, ladies and gentlemen?